Hey, it's Tuxedo Mark, and welcome to another BookTube video. In this video, I'm going to be showing some of the books that I got cheaply recently in order to donate to the Little Free Library near my house. It's not near my house, but it's like a few minutes drive, maybe like 10 minutes or something, but I like to just get some cheap books and donate them there about once per month. For technical, boring reasons, I did not do it in November, but I've just been buying the books this whole time, so I'm just going to do a big drop-off this month. So let's go, like, basically, I think in chronological order of when I purchased them. I got this first one in Dollar Tree. It's When the Sea is Rising Red by Kat Hellison. It's about a 16-year-old girl named Felicita who can use magic, but magic is strictly controlled and she wants out of that life. And her friend Ilvin kills herself to escape an arranged marriage, so Felicita chooses freedom over privilege and she fakes her own death, and yeah, she leaves her privileged life behind, and life is going to be hard now, and yeah, so seems kind of interesting. These next books I got at Ollie's. First we have The Perfectionists. It's a sequel to the Pretty Little Liars novels. Never read it. But I got my mom to watch the Pretty Little Liars show, which I myself starred on, and I also got her to watch this, well, the show based on this. So, yeah. Next is Lie With Me by Philippe Besson. This is male romance. And fun fact, it was translated into English by Molly Ringwald. So, yay, good for her. Next we have Enchantee. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's by Gita Trellis. It's about a girl named Camille in France during the time of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, and she uses dark magic to turn herself into a baroness, and basically because they don't have no money. So yeah, she needs food and medicine for her family, and yeah, seems kind of interesting. This next one seems like a mystery or thriller. It's The Girl from Widow Hills. It's about a girl named Arden Maynor that was 6 years old when she was swept away while sleepwalking during a terrifying rainstorm. She was rescued, but fame followed, and she got fanlers, creeps, and stalkers. And every year she had to deal with the anniversary, so she moved away. She gave herself a new name, Olivia Meyer, but now there's a second body in that town that she was from, and so it seems like a bit of a mystery. So, I don't know. I guess it sounds interesting. From another trip to Ollie's, Dark Tales, The Snow Queen, a graphic novel. So this is based on the story by Hans Christian Andersen. It's illustrated by Emily Majarian. So, just to flip through it here. So, yeah, I guess if you like Frozen, or if you know someone likes Frozen, they'll probably enjoy this. Also from Ollie's, on another trip, we got The Temple of Doubt by Anne Bowles Levi, not sure. It's about a 15-year-old girl named Hadara that lives in a place called Port Sapphire, where magic is used to heal everything and regular medicine is banned. And if the people die from the medicine, their own lack of faith is to blame, according to her priests. She doesn't believe that, and she has been sneaking off to the wilds of Kuldor to gather herbs to make medicines, but it's now off limits due to a falling star that crashed into the marshes. So, yeah, that seems kind of interesting. Next is a case of where I got something for myself. Well, actually, I got two copies of it, one for myself and one to donate. Diary of a Girl Next Door, Betty, by Tanya Del Rio, and illustrations by Bill Galvin, one of the regular Archie Comics artists. I love Archie Comics, and this is like a sort of like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid style novel about Betty's freshman year of high school. There was going to be a sequel with Veronica. It was never published. But yeah, I like collecting Archie stuff, so I actually got two of them. Gonna keep one for myself, and I'll donate the other one. Also from Ollie's, on another trip, we have The Missing Kitten and Other Tales by Holly Webb. Seems like a nice book for little kids. Twilight, the graphic novel, Volume 1. And yeah, I know, but I figure someone will probably like it. Art and adaptation by Young Kim. And it's actually in black and white. Next, Nowhere on Earth by Nick Lake. And this one seems like more of a thriller. It's about a girl named Emily. She has overbearing parents and recent trouble at school. She sees some mysterious men following her little brother, so she wants to keep him safe. She stows away on a charter plane with him, but the plane crashes into the side of the mountain in the Alaskan wilderness, and people are chasing them, so she has to keep her little brother safe. Next is The Storm Crow by Kaylin Josephson. There's these two princesses in a tropical kingdom called Rodair. It's invaded by the Lucian Empire when Kalisa is forced to agree to a marriage with the crown prince of Lucia. Her sister, Prince Anthea, is snapped off her depression as she's spurred into action. There's this thing about crow riders. The crows were destroyed when the Lucian Empire invades, but crows are a part of every aspect of life, so that seems interesting. Here's a little map. And another map, or maybe it's the same one, I'm not sure. And the author. Finally, also from Ollie's, we have The Summer Prince by Alaya Dawn Johnson. It's about an aspiring artist named June Costa, and she meets the new Summer King, Enki, and they create dramatic projects. There's a repressive government that has a ban on new technology. This takes place in future Brazil, so that's different. And the last one is the Great Horror and Fantasy Collection. It contains Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, The Lovecraft Compendium by H.P. Lovecraft, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, Dracula by Bram Stoker, Classic Tales of Horror by Edgar Allan Poe, and a journal that you could write in. Now, what's interesting is I decided when I noticed that there was a Lovecraft collection in here, I decided to look up the contents of the H.P. Lovecraft collection that I had bought for myself to see what's in it exactly. And it turns out that it contains all of his short stories and novellas, with the exception of his very first one, and I'm blanking on the name at the moment. I don't know why it wasn't included. It contains everything else, including one collaboration. He did many collaborations, but it includes only one. It's a sequel to Silver Key. So this basically contains most of his solo work, except for like his poems and some other stuff, and his non-fiction. But this contains most of his solo fiction. This thing right here. Now, the Lovecraft Compendium, without opening this up yet, or maybe I should open this up just so I can decide what exactly to donate. Let's take a look at these things. Ooh, okay. Metamorphosis wanted to stay in there. Alright. There's a journal. It's just blank. Well, it's got like lines, but you know. Oh, it actually does have like some occasional illustrations, I guess. Okay. Then Edgar Allan Poe. Dracula. Frankenstein. The Lovecraft Compendium. I tried to look up what was in this as well. It should all be stories that I already have in my collection, and yep. Yeah, so okay. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Strange Tales. Oh, I must have missed that part. What else is in here? The Body Snatcher, The Bottle Imp, Mark Hine, and Ware of Her Miston. Okay. The Turn of the Screw. The Woman in White. Metamorphosis. This is a really short one. It's only 95 pages long. Alright, so with this collection, I think I won't donate all of those books at once because, as I had mentioned previously perhaps, I'm missing some books that I know I should have. My friend Mike had given me a copy of Dracula back when I was in college. I can't find it. I also had a 3-in-1 collection of Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde with an introduction by Stephen King. I might still have it somewhere in my bedroom here, but I haven't cataloged it yet. So I'm not sure about that. But I'll give away most of these, I think. I won't know till I actually get to a little free library and decide what I want to drop off. But that's it, actually, for the stuff that I bought. Now, didn't know this was going to happen, but yesterday, while I was working at my regular job at Walmart, I found a box sitting at the far end of the parking lot, near the garden area. It was sitting on the ground next to a trash can. And it is full of books. I'm just gonna breeze through these really quickly. This looks like stuff that I'm not interested in at all. Mostly is Nora Roberts, writing as J.D. Robb. So, Glory and Death, Judgment and Death, Imitation and Death, Holiday and Death, Seduction and Death, Rapture and Death, Three in Death. This looks like a collection, so it includes Interlude in Death, Midnight in Death, and Haunted in Death. Survivor in Death, Witness in Death, Portrait in Death, Vengeance in Death, Thankless in Death, Ceremony in Death, Cut and Run by Fern Michaels, Kiss and Tell by Fern Michaels, Cold-Blooded by Lisa Jackson, Shiver by Lisa Jackson, Live to Tell by Lisa Gardner, Long After Midnight by Iris Johansson, Ghost Shadow by Heather Graham, Don't Cry by Beverly Barton, Holiday in Death by Nora Roberts, writing as J.D. Robb, Live to Tell by Lisa Gardner, oh, it's actually a second copy. Weird. Gone by Jonathan Kellerman. Dead Ringer by Mary Burton. Killer Takes All by Erica Spindler. Expecting to Die by Lisa Jackson. So I found these books just sitting there in the parking lot, and apparently someone had left them there, obviously for other people to pick them up, but the sky was overcast and I was worried that it might rain, and there are even leaves that have already gone into the box, so I didn't want the books to get ruined, so I decided to take the entire box and donate these books to a little free library. Now, as I was about to leave that area, I saw another box sitting on top of the garbage can itself, and I thought, is this another box full of books? So I went and checked. And yep, these are all hardbacks. So let's look through them really quick. Absolute Fear by Lisa Jackson. Firestorm by Iris Johansson. Truth or Dare by Jane Ann Krentz. Cross Country by James Patterson. TikTok by James Patterson and Michael Ledwidge. Catch Me by Lisa Gardner. Dark Summer by Iris Johansson. '11th Hour by Catherine Coulter. Hemlock Bay by Catherine Coulter. Look for Me by Lisa Gardner. Fear Nothing by Lisa Gardner. Close Your Eyes by Iris and Roy Johansson. And finally, U is for Undertow by Sue Grafton. And I have no interest in any of these books personally. They're not my genre. So I'm just going to donate all of them. And also, a few days ago, I found these just lying on the floor in the Walmart parking lot. These are Star Trek trading cards from 1991. It was for the 25th anniversary. So, we got Star Trek World Singer, Montgomery Scotty Scott, The Origins of Star Trek, The Neutral Zone, and that's it, just 4 cards. I'm a Star Trek fan, but I'm not not a trading card collector, so I'll just stick these in the little free library and maybe someone will enjoy them. And finally, there's a movie. It's one that I got at Dollar Tree. It's called Quest for the Unicorn. Never heard of it. Don't know any of the people in it. All 3 of them, and yes, these are the only 3 people in the movie, apparently. But anyway, it's just a cheap DVD. Seems to be in slightly wider widescreen than 16:9. It says it's 1.85, but I noticed very tiny bars. Like at the very top and bottom, almost, you almost can't see them, but anyway, it's a 76-minute film. It's a fantasy, obviously, but I did not like the ending. Spoilers, I guess. The main character dies. Now, she does seem to find the unicorn and be reunited with her murdered family at the end. Or it could just be a near-death experience as she was dying. Who knows? She died with a smile on her face, but I don't like those kinds of endings. So I'm just gonna donate it, and why not? I mean, libraries typically have movies available as well, so why can't a little free library? So maybe someone will enjoy this. Alright, now I'm going to load all of this in my car and head out to a little free library. I have no idea what exactly that I'm going to put in there at the moment. I won't know till I get there and see how full that is. This might be a case where I'll just be driving there every day for the rest of the month and just putting in a little bit at a time, but we'll see. So let's head out now.